Every day this week, Coach Klein had organized an early morning football practice in preparation for the weekend. Anyone not at the practice were of the team and would receive a month of early morning detentions. Playing football and being forced to listen to stupid Jungkook yell orders at him was not how they wanted to spend his morning. After the whole team had played a match together, everyone kinda just went their own way and did whatever training they wanted. It would be some sort of coaching through or else coach would rip you a new one. Did you do it? Yoongi asked. Huh? Did I do what? Asked they. The two began to pass the ball between them. Yesterday you said you were going to prove that you weren't a bottom. I'm just curious if you did it, man. Yoongi smirked at him. Had he proven he wasn't a bottom, he would definitely dominate the locker case. The shower was a bit of a draw. Technically, couldn't they only discover if he was a bottom by having sleeping with Jungkook? It would be great for his revenge plan. Fuck him, get him attached, then leave like nothing ever happened. But was he really okay with the idea of doing it? With a guy? With Jungkook? No, I don't think I have proven it yet. Wait, what? I was joking, man. Are you actually trying to prove it? Like for real? Yoongi exclaimed. They completely fumbled the throat to Yoongi as he realized he may have admitted something. Something he didn't want anyone to know. I was just joking too, bro. The look on your face right now. Ha ha ha. Priceless. They desperately tried to backtrack, but Yoongi clearly wasn't buying it with me. The mischievous glint in his eyes. It's cool if you're like, I'm not gonna judge. I'm just surprised at all. Also, you need to work on your lying abilities. Your fake laugh is awful. Yoongi looked past Tae and his teasing expression stopped. He looked scared. They wondered if there was a monster behind him. Or even worse, Coach Klein. Also, I think Jungkook saw you fuck up with a throw and is now coming over here. I'm not lying, they insisted. Wait, what did you say? He probably said something about working on your throws. That stupid deep voice. Just the sound of it pissed off Tae. I can throw just fine, Mr. Jean. He spat. Only using my last name? That's not very creative of you. Yoongi, go practice with Jimin while I give Tae a reminder on how to throw. Yeah, sure thing. Yoongi mouthed a quick sorry to Tae. Your stance is all wrong. Spread your legs a bit more. They felt the heat of Jungkook's hands as he ran his hand down Tae's thigh, making him shiver. Now straighten your back more. A finger ran up his spine, pausing when it got to his nape. Angle your upper body slightly. Both of Jungkook's hands now gripped Tae's waist and gently twisted him. They could feel Jack's breath on his neck and the closeness of his body behind him. Wasn't this closeness a bit unnecessary? They thought. I know how to throw. Just because I don't do it like you do doesn't mean I'm doing it wrong. It didn't come out nearly as intense as they was hoping. His voice was more whoosh than threatening. I can throw the ball with my stance, but you can't seem to do it with yours, which only proves my point, JK replied. You're so annoying. You think you're so perfect and everyone should be like you? You think you are better than everyone, that you can do whatever you want, take whatever you want from people? For a second, JK looked surprised by the outburst, but there was also a knowing look in his eyes that showed he knew that Tae was referring to. He then leaned in close to Tae's ear. He could feel the warmth of his breath. Stay behind for a bit and meet me in the locker room. With that, he released Tae and walked off, leaving Tae even more confused and pissed off than he already was. Aren't you coming, man? I'm going to grab something from the vending machine before class starts, said Yoongi. they stared into his locker, unsure of what to do. The locker was filled with dirty sports clothes. He held the door open, the coldness of the metal contrasting with the warmth of JK's hands from earlier. Jungkook had asked him to stay, but why should he? He hated that guy. Surely he wanted him for something important. Why else ask him to stay behind? What if JK was going to demand an explanation for what happened in the shower? He was not ready to explain it. Nothing could stop him from leaving right now, grabbing a snack with Yoongi, then heading to lessons. It would probably annoy Jungkook, which would help Operation Revenge. Heat rose to his cheeks as he tried to imagine not why Jungkook asked him to stay behind, but what they would do if they were alone together again. Are you alright, man? Your face is alright. Do you need to go to nurse's office? Yoongi came closer and rested his hand against his forehead. You do feel pretty hot. Please tell me you didn't get something from that party on Sunday. That must be it, he replied. He was just feeling a bit ill and that's why he is getting hot over the idea of doing something with Jungkook. Hot, not horny. Definitely not over that asshole anyway. There was a huge metallic bang. Oh shit, they whispered. His plan of escaping before JK came for him had just crumbled. JK held his hand firmly against his locker door. Even his friend Jimmy, who was sitting on the bench next to him, looked surprised by his actions. You all good, bro? Asked Jimmy with caution. Yep, JK just smiled innocently at him. Okay, cool. You alright, Yoongi? Jimmy asked him. They was pretty sure they didn't talk often, but Yoongi would constantly gush about that guy. Oh, me? Yeah, I'm good. I'm cool, you know. Haha. For the first time in Tae's life, we had seen Yoongi look flustered, like properly seriously flustered. What had happened to the chill Yoongi? They could only stare at him in shock before he said, Your fake love is just as bad as mine. Yoongi pulled Tae into a headlock. Shut up, man, he whispered furiously. Tae looked at JK, who looked just as confused there at Jimmy. Silky hair, fair skin, juicy lips, six-pack and bulk thighs. The straight girls in the school often debate over who was hotter, Jungkook or Jimmy. Why would Yoongi get so flustered around Jimmy? He was genuinely confused. We two are pretty close, laughed Jimmy. Yep, we have been friends for ages. So yeah, we are pretty close, right man? Yoongi stated. There was an awkward silence as they didn't respond. The conversation went dead and they all stood quietly in the locker room. I was just about to take him to nurse's office, said Yoongi. Nurse's office. Why? JK finally turned around from locker, now to face Yoongi and Tae. A look of concern on his face. First Yoongi is flustered and now JK was concerned. Is the world going insane? He just feels hot, so I was going to take him to the nurse's office. Yoongi replied. Don't you have lessons? Asked Jimmy. I mean, I know you do, we are in the same chemistry class. Yeah, but it's okay, but I'll look out for friends, said Yoongi, and he punched Tae in the arm pretty hard. Oh, what did I do that time? Tae winced. I haven't got any lessons now, so I can take him, said JK. Certain then, said Jimmy. Shall we get going then, Yoongi? Yeah, let's go. He leaned close to Tae's ear. Sorry man, I'm gonna break your kneecaps the next time I see you, whispered to Tae to Yoongi. But he ignored and left with Jimmy. It was really awkward. Tae and JK just walked next to each other in an uncomfortable silence. JK didn't look too fazed by it, but Tae couldn't stop cursing Yoongi in his head. What do you think of the party on Sunday? Asked Tae. The party? I thought it was boring, but I was having a really good time by the end of it. A small smile graced JK's lips as he said that. Good time? What did that mean? Did he remember the kiss? Was the kiss the good time? Surely not, or else he would have mentioned it. Was he having a good time with someone else? Was they even only the person he had kissed at the party? Had he been Zona again? Thoughts kept spiraling into 1,000 different possibilities of what the good time was. Every possibility that contained JK being with someone else tipped him off. What did you think of it? The question interrupted the runway train that was Tae's thoughts. I don't really remember most of it. I'm a bit of lightweight. So I remember getting there, having my first drink and then everything else is a blur. They responded. Oh, the smile fell away. That's not very responsible of you, said JK. Alright, don't lecture me mom, they mocked. You don't remember anything at all? JK asked. You going deaf dickhead? Asked they. I'm not deaf. I'm just amazed at your inability to hold your drink. JK's eyebrows twitched together and he refused to look at Tay anymore. When they finally got to the nurse's office, only Sophie was in there, not a nurse to be found. Are you sure you are not feeling well? JK asked. Since when did you clear anyway? They asked. Just trying to be nice. He gave Tay a quick peck on the lips before leaving. Hi Jungkook, shouted Sophie when he came into her view. Hey Sophie, take care of Tay for me, won't you? Why was Jake acting like he was really getting out of here? But it was fine. They would bring him down eventually. Yep, will do. Her cheeks turned red. They could only stare at JK as he walked away. They ran his fingers along his lips, checking if JK had really kissed him. It had been soft. He wasn't sure if it even happened.